Hi, I'm Shinobi. Today I decided, in terms of keeping things different, fresh, new, exciting, that I want to put together shrimp and grits. Something simple, something easy. It's a lot easier than I thought it was. Go ahead and give it a try. Welcome to my kitchen. Alright, let's kick this video off a little bit differently than I have all my other videos. We are going to start with some prep. So I have an 8-ounce block of sharp cheddar cheese. I am going to go ahead and grate this down. Now, I know you can go to the store and you can buy yourself a bag of shredded, grated cheese. They have a tendency to be able to get some filler in there, and I just don't want to deal with it, so I feel a lot better if I just buy my block of cheese, grate it down for myself. That way I know what I got and what I'm putting into my food. So that's going to come out to about 2 cups of shredded grated cheese. Now, we'll go ahead and get this finished up, and then we're going to go ahead and prep our shrimp. And with the shrimp, unfortunately I was not able to find any fresh shrimp, but I did get this at a freezer case. It is raw, deveined shrimp. Now this still has the peels on it, but I'm going to go ahead and peel these. Definitely when getting shrimp, you can get the peeled, raw, deveined shrimp. Once again, it's just kind of a weird hang-up that I have where I want the shrimp deveined. That's a big plus. But I am willing to go that extra mile to go ahead and peel the shrimp and take off the tail and everything. So I'm going to start off, I am going to rinse them off really well to start with. Then we'll go ahead and peel them. I'm going to tell you, if you haven't peeled shrimp, it's going to take a little bit, but after you get a couple under your belt, they go really quick. When they devein them, they do have the slice down the back because they pulled out the vein, and you're going to pull off all the skin and pull off that little tail, and they will be beautiful, ready to go. And as I said, the first one's the toughest one. When you get to the end, you're just sliding that peeling right off, and the tail just pops right off, just like that. It's just that simple. So let's finish up these. And like usual, you know I have my little paper towel in there. I am going to go ahead and clean up right after myself and get those shells and tails thrown away. I am really glad that I don't have to worry about deveining those, because that can really be a big hassle and a big pain, because deveining them it's not fun if you're not a skilled culinary professional. Alright, so let's go ahead and rinse these off. With getting all the shell and everything off, we're going to rinse them, and you can see that I'm still having some good dirt come off of them. Now, I only am using 1 pound of shrimp, and they are the larger shrimp. And I probably should have got a little bit more, but I am going to do this one on the cheap. So what I'm going to actually do is I will take the shrimp, and I'm just going to slice them into parts and pieces, and that way it's going to spread them out so they last a little bit more. This is something new and interesting for me to try and make here, so I don't want to invest a big chunk of money into making this. So we'll go ahead and give this a shot and see how it works out. And so I'm just going to slice up my shrimp to have smaller pieces of shrimp. And I will go ahead and set those in a bowl and set them aside as I continue to get the rest of my stuff prepped. So I've got my cheese prepped, got my shrimp prepped. Let's go ahead and prep an onion. I have half of a Vidalia onion. This is from one of my other recipes. I only needed a half onion. And I don't want to go crazy putting too many different potential crazy flavors in there. So I'm just going to use this half onion. and show off my superior slicing skills. And, alright, so we got our onion chopped. And we'll go ahead and put that in its own separate cooking vessel. So everything is separated up into pieces, parts of how it's going to go. Now the onion is going to go in the same time as the garlic. So I have 2 cloves of garlic. And I am going to go ahead and mince this in with the onion. And this garlic, I'm telling you, I started working with fresh garlic. If you work with garlic powder or garlic salt, I'm going to recommend that you find a way to go to fresh garlic because the flavors that you get, amazing. Alright, so we'll set that aside, and now we are going to make 3 cups of chicken broth. If you do have chicken broth and you just want to use that, that's great. I like using this better than bouillon. So we got 3 cups of water, and that will go with 3 teaspoons of the better than bouillon chicken stock here. So I am going to prepare this on high and get this broth set up and set aside. So we're going to go ahead and cook that down, get this simmered up really nice. So our broth is ready. Now we are going to go right into the grits. We are going to use 1 cup of quick grits, and we are going to pour right into our 3 cups of chicken broth. So this is how we're going to make our grits. We are just going to use the chicken broth just for that. And we will let them thicken up some. I'm going to go ahead and put in a half a teaspoon of salt. And I'm going to also go ahead and grind in about a quarter of a teaspoon of pepper. And, you know, pepper, for me, you can't go wrong with pepper, but some people might not want a lot of pepper. So we'll play it on the safe side and only go with about a quarter. Alright, so we are going to add the 2 cups of cheese that we have shredded. And we will stir this in and get it all melted down. And then we'll go ahead and set this aside and just on low, kind of let it simmer, let it stay warm, let it kind of... I want the flavors to kind of activate together in a cooking under a low heat. So we'll set that aside, we'll go ahead and cover that up. And we will move on to our proteins of the dish, which we're going to go ahead and start off with our bacon. And we'll go ahead and get our big pan ready for our bacon. I normally like to let the pan get really nice and hot before I put it in, but spending all this time getting everything else prepped, I guess I really wasn't ready to start throwing my bacon on there. It's nothing better than getting that grill and you start peeling that bacon to put it in there. And you hear that sear, that sizzle that says, hey! Okay, we're going to make a little more than 6 pieces of bacon. Because it's bacon. Yes. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and cook our bacon. Nothing crazy, nothing fancy, nothing out of the ordinary, other than it's going to cook extremely fast. And of course, if we all know how to make bacon, we know once we take it out of the skillet, we are going to let it dry on a piece of paper towel so it can drain that extra grease. Now, it's going to be very important is this pan that we have, there is an awful lot of bacon grease in there. We do want to have some of the grease, you know, to help in cooking because we are going to throw our shrimp in there. So we're not going to clean the pan. But since I did make so much bacon, I am going to sop up a little bit of the extra oil. And let's go ahead and throw our shrimp into that grill. We're going to go ahead and back it off a little bit to a medium heat. I tend to cook my bacon at a higher heat, but we'll go down to a medium heat. And we have our shrimp. Let's go ahead and add our onions and our garlic that we had prepped earlier. We have our garlic that if you remember, we can rewind this video, that we minced on top of the onions. Then we are going to add the secret ingredient, a tablespoon of lemon juice and 2 teaspoons Worcestershire sauce. And let's go ahead and mix that up really good and kind of let it simmer. So we're kind of giving it 3 or 4 minutes simmer in between. And then we'll add our 2 tablespoons of parsley. So yes, we are simmering all this in the pot, in the pan, in the bacon grease. Speaking of bacon grease, let's go ahead and chop up our bacon. This should only take a quick second, a hot minute, or whatever you want to call it, due to the fact that my chopping skills have increased. Alright, and let's go ahead and get this bacon finished up, and we will add it to our skillet. And trust me, we are almost there. This is going to be amazing. We got our bacon, add it in. And we are going to go ahead and let this cook up another minute or two. Kind of mix it around. Let's let all the flavors dance together in that skillet. There we go. That's looking good. Alright, so let's go ahead and check out our grits. Let's go ahead and get this plated up. So we got our cheesy grits. We're going to go ahead and put it right in the center of our plate and top it with the shrimp. This is shrimp and grits, y'all. Welcome to the southern kitchen that I tried to put on for you today. I hope you enjoy this recipe. Hope you give it a try. Give me some feedback down at the bottom. Like it. Please share this with all your friends. If you don't have friends, make friends just so you can go ahead and share this with people. This is an amazing dish. Something different, out of the ordinary. Enjoy, y'all. Thank you. Today I thought I'd try and keep things diverse, as I have been in my videos prior, and come up with something different, interesting, which is the same as diverse like I just said. Kiss my grits.